The concept for the Naked and Wet CD really came shortly after the release of the last CD, Swim Skinny at Your Own Risk. I'd been writing a lot of songs at the time, and the songs were taking a couple different directions. One direction was towards the wilder side of Swim Skinny, and of course the other side was more the mellow side. And with the release of the first album, I noticed that a lot of the listeners were kind of going after the wild Swim Skinny, and I was hoping that maybe I could interject a little bit of that mellow side too, so they could see a full picture of what I'm all about, and from a songwriting standpoint, and actually my life. I had the idea for doing a double CD and going in that direction. My son later had some ideas for maybe making the Naked CD acoustic and the Wet CD with full instrumentation, and I really liked that concept, so I blended the two and made an acoustic album that basically tells more about who I am and what I'm about, and then the Wet CD, which is a little heavier into the market of music that's made me popular. So anyway, that's where Naked and Wet came from.
And get some more of that sun. I wanna go back to where my mind is free. I wanna go back, back to believe.
Reggae Band is a cool tune about my first trip to Key West. I had rented this real cheap room in this hostel on the island, and in the courtyard there were all these other folks from all over the world that were hanging out, jamming on their instruments, and playing a bunch of reggae music. And I got this concept in my mind: what if I started my own reggae band down in Key West, and who would I put in my band? So I picked a few characters, I changed their names, added a little bit of fun to the song, and it came out Reggae Band. It's kind of a cool deal, a cool song, but more than anything, it's a cool story about my first trip to Key West. It's interesting that On the Hook would come up in this interview. Of all the songs on the album, that particular song is one of the more emotionally charged songs. It's not necessarily charged from an excitement standpoint, but from a mellow standpoint. I wrote the song for my three kids. I'd been through a lot of changes in my life over the last 2 or 3 years, and I guess turning 40 and coming to this stage in life where your kids are growing up and you're getting out of the house, and you're starting to look at yourself in a different way than you had for the last 20 years or so. I was kind of in a holding pattern, I guess. I wasn't ready to make any giant moves. I didn't want to make any bad decisions. I just wanted to kind of sit and rest and take a look at life and decide what was really important to me, and where I wanted to go with the next 40 years. So I wrote that song for my children. It talks about a sailboat, but in general, it's really about finding yourself and taking time to do that.
Now I'm on the hook, my anchor's down. There are blue skies all around. I'm on the hook, my sails are bound. I ain't lost and I ain't found. And when the sun comes up tomorrow, it'll be a brand new day. And if the Lord comes,
that's really one of the coolest parts about the CD. I think there's something on on there for everyone. I think no matter who you are, you're going to find some music that suits your taste and maybe even expand your taste a little bit. So anyway, yeah, that's a cool deal. Cool deal to hear all the surprised comments. Most people are expecting this wild and crazy guy, and they're mildly surprised when they hear more of the mellow side and soulful side, the R&B. It's really been a cool part of this CD. I'm looking forward to getting it out there and hearing even more because it is a cool deal, man. We've reached a lot of people and reaching out, doing a lot of things with this CD. I think you're gonna like it.
Yippee-ki-yay, booyah, 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 that's the island.